Good morning or afternoon. Apparently, when I recorded this video last time, it did not have any sound. So here, I'll make sure it has sound, and then hopefully we can get this translated and dubbed over so you guys can all watch this on your own time. I'm working on setting up an Asana board. The board should be up probably by Monday morning for me, which is your evening, and then you'll be able to use the Asana board and see all the tasks that I'm putting out there. We are looking at the two different robots, the TienKung. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. And then some of the other robot we're looking at is the G1 Unitree. I want those of you that are going to be working in software, I want you to be familiar with the simulation stack here for walking and running. This is in Majuco, as you can see there, and also in Isaac Sim, so that they're both available. They are working on a ROS 2 library, but they don't have it yet. I've created one. It's in our repo, so you'll be able to take a look through a repo and find that library. So speaking of the repo, I haven't had any requests for anybody to have access yet, but as soon as somebody requests, I will make sure to give you all access. So once you do have access, you'll see that I publish pretty much every day something there. Here I've forked these three repos, and this is from TienKung, and also you saw in that first video, I pulled in the G1, everything that I can find about the G1 into this repo as well. There's a getting started guide in installations, and this is strictly for the G1. And then if you go into the ROS 2 repo and go into source, you'll find the TienKung description, and it has the URDF. Actually, let's just look at it we'll look at it in VS Code here. Okay. I did that. If you look in VS Code here, you can use whatever editor you like. I just like VS Code because you can. It's pretty well formatted and organized, but you can do whatever you want here. It does has this Copilot instructions file, which is going to be good at some point in the future. You can add custom instructions for Copilot that it will follow every time. That's something that I think is quite useful. So if there's an area where you've learned something, and instead of wrestling with it and having Copilot or whatever editor you use, forget about it, you can add that here. Okay, so there's a display.launch file, and it'll right now it's set up to display the light version of the TienKung robot, and this is not the one that won the here. Where's that? Yeah, it's not this one that won. That's the Pro version. I have both URDF files. I don't have the CAD files yet for either one of these, so hopefully we'll get the CAD files soon. And if we get the CAD files, I will put those into our repo. Okay, so if you go to the README, there's an internal README that explains what's happening in this particular area. This is where I'm going to place all of my ROS 2 components that we might be using a little bit of ROS 2, and then obviously lots of Isaac Sim and Isaac Lab components. We'll be using a lot of those. This file, if you go here to this particular repo, this has all the work they're doing in Isaac Lab and Isaac Sim. But if you go back up one directory, you'll see that these are all the repos that they have available. There is a ROS1 repo, which I'm translating to ROS2. I'm about 20-30% into it, and I'm probably going to just give this back to them as a as my contribution. Hopefully somebody joins this developer community on our behalf so that we can see what it is they're working on. But I'm going to translate this whole repo for them, simply because you can do it very easily in now with you know, all these coding assistants. You can see there's a body control package and plugin and launch file, etc. And so we're going to have the same thing for today. What it does, simply because I didn't have a whole lot of time, is and you'll see that in a second, is that it's capable of running just in ROS2. So you essentially download the repo, pull the repo, and then ensure that you have these particular packages and some others. You're going to need a lot more than that, but this is a good start. And then run display.launch. So when I do that, you'll see that the robot launches, and because I have a launch, yeah. So this again shows the entirety of the robot. Turn off TF, and there you go. So that's the the robot as it stands by itself. If I wanted to run display.launch, if I want to run the robot state publisher, I can do that individually, joint state publisher individually, and I can look at the topics just like you would normally. And this is the robot frame structure here. Yeah, so that's pretty much where we're at right now. If I wanted to just see the robot running, and with launch just the I don't know if you guys use the tutorial launch file. I can do that as well. So I can just there's a ROS2 file called I think it's called URDF tutorials, URDF underscore tutorials. Run. There we go. And then you'd put in your, the location of this file. I think I thought I put that in here somewhere, but if I didn't, it's literally just find the URDF file and then run it. So that's the state publisher. That's RViz. But yeah, you just find this wherever this is located for you, and then and then run that. So yeah, so that's how you do that. Yeah, so if any questions about that, you can always consult me, or you can just look through and say, like, how do I run this in using URDF tutorial, and you should get some answers back from, hopefully Claude will give you some answers, maybe not. Yeah, so I definitely wouldn't do it this way, because it's going to go look at that's too much work. But anyway, so there you go. That's all I think you need to know there. But if you have any questions, definitely hit me up, and I can answer some of your questions for you. Cool.